Hello everyone, on it's August the 19th, it's a Wednesday morning. Thanks very much for tuning in to the Peter Private 99 free-to-air YouTube channel today. And warm welcome indeed it is to today's action-packed message. I've got 4 horses for you today, 11 to 2, around about 10 to 1. I've got 14 to 1 and a 16 to 1. Accumulative odds around about 16, 17 or 18,000 to 1. For a £1 outlay, you can win almost 20 grand if the 4 win today. Can't be bad, can it? Well, I can tell you as we approach the midweek, again and another big profitable week behind us, I can tell you that my horses are really firing on all cylinders. Just a couple of days ago on my PayBet service, on my PayPal service, which is of course my Belt the Bookies bet, Belt the Bookies, Belt the Bookies. Well, I can tell you I had a 16 to 1 winner, 1 bet, 1 winner on Captain Corcoran. Today on that line, by clicking the PayPal link below, there are not 1, but there are 2 bets. Both of them maximums, and they are my strongest bets of the day. 2 bets, and they pay over 50 to 1 in a double. If you want those 2, you just click on the PayPal link below. I'm giving you 2 today, not 1, and I'll tell you why in a moment or two when we kickstart this message in just one moment, because I've got 4 horses free of charge for you on this line coming up right now. Don't forget, whatever you do, that 50% of my horses either win or place, and my average price is 8 to 1. They either win or they're each way in the frame. Average price 8 to 1. So every 2 bets, every 4 bets, 2 generally place or win. And in the last week alone, of course, and if you've been tuning in, you'll know it's all absolutely transparent and hunky-dory. And I just get my statistics up, and you see horses like Captain Corcoran, which is won at 16 to 1. I've got Justice, which won at Sunday at 12 to 1. Brutal Ab, 6 to 1 to 9 to 2. Jupiter Road, 9 to 1 to 8 to 1. The Arm Man, 14 to 1 into 12 to 1. Thunder Flash, 6 to 1 into 9 to 2. I think it was a bit bigger than that, actually. And those 2 were put in a double, which paid 100 to 1. And absolutely stacks of places with Keep Up Kevin yesterday at 10 to 1, Day of Roses 18 to 1, Canford Light 7 to 1, Sorbonne 16 to 1, Northwind 15 to 2, James Watt 8 to 1, Daniel's Flyer 14 to 1, and so forth and so on. Ultraviolet 16 to 1 and Society Red at 11 to 1. Result, thumbs up. And give me the thumbs up if you like what's going on here. No short price favourites guaranteed. Average price 8 to 1. 50% strike rate. Thumbs up to me if you could. I really appreciate it. I'm getting around about 300 thumbs up today, and it's an absolute pleasure to do business with you. Absolutely free of charge on this line. Daily, bringing you absolutely incredible horses. I'm sure you'll agree. Almost 1,000 views a day. #1 channel in the business for free information. There can be no doubt about that. But as I say, my strongest bets are my Belt the Bookies bets. Belt the Bookies, Belt the Bookies. Click on the PayPal for 2 today, not 1, a 50 to 1 double. Right, I'm going to take you to Bath for the 5:30 for the first free bet of the day. And this race is a really interesting race where I've penciled it down to 2 horses, and it's a bit of a spin-up which one, to be honest with you, because they're both good prices. One's 8 to 1 and one's 12 to 1. So I'm going to give you a message for the both, but I'm only going to pick one. But if you want to have a little cool bet on the other, you can afford to at prices like this. So you can afford to have a bit each way on both, in other words. But if you're going to nail my mash to the board, as they say, or something like that, I'm going to go for 1 horse, not the 2. So I'm going to go in the 5:30 at Bath for number 7. It's called Prince Lear. Prince Lear, trained by Heather Main and ridden by Dane O'Neill. I'm not going to go into too much reasons about it, other than the fact that it's stepping back in trip today from 10 furlongs to a tight mile at Bath. And I think that could make the difference to this gelding, who races very, very free. But the key thing also with this race, it's a very strong pace, which is expected. And the fact that the horse who races free is going to really help this horse, who is a maiden. It is a maiden, but there's no doubt in my mind that it's ready to strike. It runs off a mark of 62. It was running off a mark of 72 4 runs back, so it's dropped down the handicap. I think Prince Lear's got a very, very good chance indeed at a big price, around about 12 to 1, as I say, and it carries my wedge today, number 7, Prince Lear. The other horse I did like in this, and it was a bit of a spin-up, but I had to come down in favour of Prince Lear because I think the pace of the race is going to suit it, and I think that the actual horse is coming to hand. But number 9 in the race here, Fitzrovia, Fitzrozier, trained by Ed de Giles, ridden by Callum Shepherd, is another really horse who's ready to strike soon enough. Again, a horse dropping in the weights. You'll find with my horses, generally, they have no form to recommend it. And if you look at Fitzrozier's form, I think it's got 7 duck eggs, 7 noughts next to its name. And it is ready to win, that horse, and it wouldn't surprise me if it did win, number 9 Fitzrozier, but you can only have one, and on this Yankees and triples and doubles, etc. And Prince Lear is the one I'm going to strike for there. Sorry, I got a bit of an itch under my glasses. I don't normally wear glasses, but I have to do for reading. Number 7 Prince Lear is my selection. For Heather Main, I like Heather a lot, good trainer, and trains plenty of winners. And Prince Lear is my first bet of the day. But I say, have a little look at Fitzrozier as well. The last time I mentioned 2 horses for you, I did strike with the forecast. It actually got the forecast. I think it was 9-4 and 10-1 or something. They come first and second. So I do feel I had to mention that other horse. And those 2, I think, I've got an outstanding chance. But I'm just favouring Prince Lear as my first option there in my cumulative and my multi-bet. And onward we go. Let's move to Sligo, shall we? And let's go to Killarney, eh? Let's go to Killarney for the second bet of the day. And just making sure I've got the right time here. It's at 2 o'clock actually at Killarney. Well, I'm very sweet on horse number 2. It's called Crystal Eye. Crystal Eye. Not going to go too much into details about it. Trip should be perfect, a mile today. Steps up in trip, and this filly can win. Number 2, Crystal Eye. She's the shortest of the 4 horses I have for you today. She's round about 11-2, comes 6-1. She's got a young apprentice on board, claiming 5, which is going to help. And no doubt about it, this horse can win this 45-70 handicap today. It's number 2, Crystal Eye. Crystal is spelled Kristall, and I is like the eye I've been scratching. Crystal Eye, number 2. It's in the 2 o'clock at Killarney today. Quite a valuable handicap, this 10 grand to the winner. Irish prize money seems pretty good at the moment. Runs off a mark of 68, dropped down from 70, and I think it's got a good chance. Racing a handicap last time out at Gowran Park. Finishing 5th. I think the step up in trip will be spot on. Number 2, Crystal Eye. The one to be on there is the second bet of the day, free bet, the second free bet of the day. Third free bet, not long to wait for that. Let's move swiftly on. And let's go to Sligo. Finally got to Sligo. For the 220. The 220 at Sligo is a horse I'm really interested in. It's 14-1 to your money on odds check at the moment across the board. The horse is number 1. It's called Dunbar, D-U-N-B-A-R. D-U-N-B-A-R. Trained by Ian Doyle, and ridden by Morgan, the apprentice, claiming 7. And this jockey rode this horse last time out. And although it's a maiden hurdler, another horse with no form to its name, and 7 and a 6 this year, I do feel that this race is certainly within range. I'm going to be backing all my horses each way today, as always, in some doubles and trebles and accumulators, but also singles, and I would suggest you back this one singly as well. Number 1, it's called Dunbar, in a very, very ordinary race, it must be said. Dunbar, D-U-N-B-A-R. Trainers informed, good jockey, claiming 7, value for money. Runs off top weight, 12 stone, 12 bags on it, but no doubt about it, can win. Number 1, Dunbar, in the 420 at Sligo. Leaves one more horse. Runs at York, and it runs in the 145. It's a big one, and it's 16-1 to your money. And if you get your pens and papers ready, I shall give you that horse now. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I'm getting around about 300 thumbs up a day. It really helps me when you give me a lift like that. You just click the thumbs up button, and it's really great to know that you're enjoying the trip. All free of charge, of course, on this YouTube channel, and say striking around about 50%. If you want me to continue to do so free of charge, then just click the thumbs up, and as long as I keep seeing you want it, supply and demand, I shall do my best to keep supplying it to you and bringing you the winners, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? So that would be very appreciative indeed. And don't forget, if you want these 2 big bets, and I can tell you they both run at Bath a little bit later on. It's a 50-1 double. Click the PayPal link below. They are my Belt the Bookies bets. Belt the Bookies, Belt the Bookies. And join in. Why not join in? 16-1 winner 2 days ago. Yesterday's, I can tell you, got left in the gate. The horse was back from 16-1 down to 6-1 at one time. It was left in the gate. It still managed to run well, come home 10th, but it had no chance after. And that's why, because it was unlucky and because you didn't get a run for your money, really, I'm giving you 2 today. So you get the bonus bet. And the bonus bet today, both runs at Bath, and if you get 2 for the price of 1, 2 days ago you had one bet, one winner. I only started this 2 days ago. My best bet of the days last week, my best bets of the day last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all won, netted a 742 to 1 treble. My best bets of the day last week, which were Jupiter, I'm just looking now, the Arm Man, Jupiter Road and Brutal Lab. All my best bets, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 742 to 1. My 2 best bets today, my 2 best bets are on the PayPal link for just a £5 for a deep sea diver. Can't be bad, can it? 50 to 1 double. And of course you get those 2 and you can put them into combinations, Super Yankees, Heinz, Canadians, with these other 4 I've got for you. Just click on the PayPal link below. Like for like, fair's fair. That's how it is. Free. Well, that's not free, but they are my strongest possible bets, and it's just a £5. Can't go any lower than a £5, can you? You really can't. So that's what it's all about. Right, 145 at York. We finally got to the final bet of the day. Very tricky handicap, obviously. 22 runners go to post, but I've got one in it. There's probably half a dozen you could go for, but there's one horse I'm very, very sweet on indeed. And I think, to be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if 3 or 4 of these won. But number 21, Hyper Focus, is my selection. Trained by Tim Easterby, ridden by David Allen. Number 21, it's called Hyper Focus. The horse ran 10th of 19 behind Staxton last time out. I think this horse can win today, can land this handicap. It ran at Ripon not too long ago indeed, just on the 16th of August, and it's ready to strike. No doubt about that. Ready to strike. Ready to strike. And I'm going to be on it today. Hyper Focus is the one for me, and I'm going to be on it each way to take that out. The 145 at York, as I say, it ran behind Staxton in the Great St Wilfrid Handicap, and I am on that one today, and I'll be disappointed if we don't get an absolutely massive run. Drawn 7, so it's a perfect pitch. Number 21, Hyper Focus, is the one to be on in the 145, the Sky Bet and Symphony Group Handicap. 22 runners. I think the bookmakers are paying out first 5, first 6. I'll be disappointed if it's not at the business end of things today. Lot to get through. We got through it. Now I'm going to load this up now, and I'm going to wish you a very good buy. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget you belt the bookies bet. 2 for the price of 1, just a £5 for a 50 to 1 double. I'll be back with you tomorrow. God willing, we'll all be back at 9 o'clock, and we'll do it all again.